to continue. Let me check once more. You say there was an obstruction. I think I can see that logo that is playing games. I will share content only this time and see what happens. What about now? Is it clear? It should be clear, I suppose. Please talk to me, colleagues.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you very much. I think you have taken a shot by now. So I'm going to stop sharing because you have...
Sorry, Rendani, I don't know, maybe it's just my network. I'm just seeing a plain blank screen. Can somebody just share that?
I also see that.
It's plain also.
It's plain?
Yes.
Let me see if I can increase the font.
Hi, Rendani.
Yes?
On my side, there is still an icon.
Sorry?
There is still an icon on my side.
There's still an icon. What? Can you just please read it and tell me what it looks like?
It's saying enterprising conversation channel.
Okay. I think I know where to... You know, that's the time when...
Okay. I did take a screenshot and share it in the WhatsApp group.
Thanks,
you got a clean one, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so it's sorted. Thank you. Thank you so much, colleagues. I see. Matonolo, that's this. What is it? The logo that I was trying to use as the background. So it didn't work. I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to activate the groups. No, man. I want to stop sharing. I don't want to share. Okay, I think sharing has stopped. Recording is fine, and I'm breaking you into groups. How many are we? We are 10. Yeah, it's hectic because people are having serious... Tell me, Patricia, didn't you have a challenge of, say, of network, people getting kicked out time and again? Let participants choose. No. I signed manual. I'm pulling the trigger. There are the groups, and then I'm opening all the roles. You are in the groups now. You should be transported to your groups now in just a moment. Patricia. Yeah, Patricia will just cry on your shoulder because I think we've got a shortage here, an odd number. So you will help us because we're going to struggle to have Ntombi Baloyi. Why is Ntombi Baloyi not joined? Ntombi, can you hear me? Hi, Ntombi.
I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Are you in a group?
No, I'm not. I even wanted to ask that. Can you please add me on the group?
Okay, I'm moving you to... you are supposed to be in group 2. I don't know why it doesn't want you, because you are there in group 2 anyway. It doesn't want you in group 2. It wants an option of 3 or 1. Let me give you to 3. Yeah, there are some technical problems. You see, like now it's saying not joined. I don't know what this is all about. I might have to... I'll have to be left. I'll decide to remain with 2 groups rather, because why? And Sharon Zenda,
I've got an invite to join room 2.
You got invited. Yes, I sent you there. As Kulufelo, I will send you because you are alone. You can't remain alone. I'm going to send you to group 1. It's so strange because our school fellow, I need to send it to group 1. Yeah. We'd rather have two groups rather. Just take 10 minutes, colleagues, and work on that one, and then we are back. We'll be back on the blast. I need to get rid of this. What is it? This logo that's interfering. Patricia, you are not assigned. Why is that?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you bolt out of the group? I'm surprised that you are not assigned. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
It has got this thing. Have you used the group thing yet?
I didn't get any invite.
Okay, I'm saying in your class, I'm sending you to one group, yeah? To group 2.
Okay. Okay.
You know, it always has this thing, Patricia. You'll see it when you use, I was asking you if you haven't joined yet. I've sent you to group 2, but it refuses. There's always some members who don't join. I don't know what that is all about. Has it got to do with the network or what? And there's somebody in the waiting room that I need to assign. Let me say group 1. Lear, and that person is Lear. I wonder what that means. No one at group 3. Patricia has joined now. Good.
Getting the stock or how, and then you put in the pin. I get to process the payment. That's how I see it. The role of the card holder. So go e-commerce, e-commerce, I think they want the TET number and those four numbers behind the card. I don't know what is it called. Let me get my card and see.
The 3 numbers, CCV.
The 4 numbers behind, and then they'll ask you, when does the card expire? I'm getting a card to be sure.
Now on the roll, I'm lost.
Yeah, on the road.
Sorry, can I please come in on the roll? What do they do in the shopping process?
In the shop, yeah.
What do
They are ordering.
We are still on the card holder. We said the definition of it is the authorized user, or what's the other one? The enterprise?
You are fine. You are fine.
Yeah, the enterprise who's buying. Like the enterprise who's purchasing. Or the enterprise who's purchasing the goods.
Okay, and then we come to the role.
The role of the card holder. I think after official purchase, they are going to ask for the card number, and then behind there is expiry date. I think they're going to need the expiry date, and then 3 numbers behind the card, security.
And sorry, colleagues, just for interference, just to make it easy, the role of the card holder, the card holder is the customer, they are buying. I just want to make it simple. The role is to buy. Is the person who's buying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are we the whole process? Just
You don't you don't explain remember, when you deal with the card holder, you talk about the card holder to say the question the table, you are asking the table who's this person? Is the customer. And what is the role? They buy. And you go to the next one. Are you with me?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Because
you
my
answer
understanding
the question.
a role is
Yes,
an
I'm
action
also
that is
lost on
taken.
that one.
Yeah.
No, we're no longer talking about the process. We are defining and identify Merek or the job.
We are defining. Okay.
Okay, I'll go out of the room because I see now you are set. You are fine.
And then the second one is the merchant.
I'm not really certain, not 100%.
Can I clarify before I leave? What is the confusion?
Okay, when you were saying definition, I thought we are supposed to define what is a card holder. A card holder.
And I define the card holder for you is the customer.
Is the customer. Oh, so even this one, the authorized user
is the buyer. Is the buyer. When we the card holder is the buyer. Whether Felicia was mentioning buying with credit card, she's the card holder. So she owns the card. She's the person who's buying. She's the customer. And the role, she's buying. That is the role. So it's not complicated. Don't make it difficult for yourselves. It is just a straightforward question.
So it means card holder and merchant are almost the same thing, because even a merchant is a person who buys.
But a merchant is not a card holder. And that one, I'm going to leave up to you. You have to define. If you agree that the merchant is the card holder, it's fine. That's the agreement of the group. But maybe listen to other people. Those who studied, what is it? Those who studied.
It's not the merchant.
Those who studied William Shakespeare. There was a merchant,
I think the merchant is the seller.
Venice. I need to go out and go to live.
You can go out.
Nolita is Nolita. There are people with their hand up. Where am I? Nolita, I saw your hand was up. Wow. Just what happened? Okay. Nolita's hand was somewhere. So I want to join this group. Nolita's group. Nolita, your hand is up. Is it by mistake? It's been up. That's why.
No.
Oh, I came in here. I thought maybe you had a problem. So that's why I was joining this group. Otherwise, if you are okay, if you are on the roll, I have no problem at all.
So
it means
Hello?
I may leave the room because you are okay.
Yeah, we are on number 3, acquiring bank.
Okay.
We said that
it's the bank of the merchant.
The bank of the merchant.
And the role is he's receiving the money.
Yes.
That's what you agree upon. It's okay. I was still, somebody was talking about the merchant, and I said those who have studied William Shakespeare will remember the merchant of Venice. There's a book by William Shakespeare called The Merchant of Venice. So what is a merchant? Maybe that's just giving you the trigger, but otherwise I'm out of here because you are fine. You are left with only 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Leave breakout room. Okay. Thank you for continuing the recording. Mhm. So,
Yep. I'm going to see if I can paste it for you. Okay, something's happening. Unbound. JPEG.
Okay. So who is presenting?
Who's presenting? Come and give us a break. I typed it for you.
Somebody else, can we have somebody new? I agree with you. Can we have somebody who is new to present on behalf of the group, please?
Guys, I apologize. Our network on the phone is very unstable.
Yes, we can tell, Chanel. Sorry about that. Just use, when you want to communicate.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Chanel, if you can just use the chat box when you have to communicate. I know it's tough with the network today. There've been so much rain around the country.
Lee, were you able to share the picture?
I'm going to do it for you right now. I'm just opening it up and I'm going to copy it and paste it.
Okay, it's fine.
Because I
As soon
can't
as
seem
it
to
lands, I
attach
can
it as a
present.
picture.
Okay, as soon as it lands, I can present. It's not a problem.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Kulu.
much, my dear.
Kulu is very resourceful.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Most of you, actually, she's not the only one, but she is one of those people who are resourceful.
Yeah, I agree. This team was so fast. By the time I joined them, they were gone. I hate. I hate.
You know, I saw on the, maybe somebody can help me. I saw in the waiting room, you know, so these things sometimes of not naming ourselves properly, it's quite dangerous, because I saw somebody leer. If I can read it in Afrikaans, it would read like leer in the waiting room. And I was like, what do I do with this person? Do I open or not? So I think it's something that we need to take care to be very much aware of.
No, that's actually Bianca.
Was that Bianca?
Yeah, you know why? She's obviously gone and used my personal one to try and get in. She's having a problem.
Thank you.
My personal email is lear@netactive. Okay, ladies, I've shared it in the chat. Can you see it?
Yes, thank you so much.
There we go.
Should I go ahead with the presentation?
Yeah,
okay, I will need to return you to.
We must all go back to the main. Okay, we'll present there.
Breakout rooms. Let me see. I think I'm just going to. I need to leave let me leave the room first, né?
I think we all need to leave the room so that we can go back into the main
I'm
one.
going to open for you.
Don't forget to take a screenshot, Kulu, in case when we move from this room, the chat disappears.
I've done that. I've got it open on my other screen.
Okay. I'm closing all the rooms. We are going to the main room then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to hit others by surprise. Leave, break out. Oh. Welcome back to the main session. Welcome back to the main session. Is everybody here? I think we are, it's one group, it seems. But as far as I'm concerned, all the groups have been. Let me just check if everybody else is here. All breakout rooms will close in 27 seconds. Okay. Letsu Naturals was kicked out. She's back. Yeah, in any case, all the breakout rooms have been ended. Let's just wait for a moment before you present so that everybody else can listen to you. Patricia, if I can just find out at the moment, what time did you finish the?
Yeah, and
Patricia?
I can't hear clearly. I don't know why.
Oh, no, I was saying, what time did you finish your session?
8 p.m. Sorry, 6 p.m. Nigerian time.
Also, it was 2 hours, I see. Okay, colleagues, I think we are back to all of us are back at the main room. I'm going to request entrepreneur, Madam Entrepreneur Kulu Fellow Mahatu to present. Over to you, Kulu.
Thank you, Mr. Rendani. Good evening, everyone. So what we discussed from our group is the following. Define and explain the role of the following parties in an e-commerce transaction. Number one was the card holder, and we defined it as the purchaser. Basically, is the person who owns the card, the purchaser, and the role of that card holder is to purchase, buy something.
100%.
The second one is the merchant. Definition is the seller. So the merchant is the one who has the product that the purchaser wants to get, and the role of the merchant is to produce the goods. So they are the producer of whatever item the purchaser wants to acquire. And then acquiring bank is the seller's bank. So their role in all this is to process the money on behalf of the merchant. The issuing bank is the bank that issues the debit or credit card to their customers, and their role is to authorize the transaction. So they authorize or decline the transaction depending on how much is in the card that it's issued. And then we have courier. Courier is the delivery services companies that are responsible to deliver the goods from the producer to the buyer. And their role is to ensure that those goods are delivered to the address given by the purchaser. And also they need to be secure and in a timely fashion, according to the agreement of the merchant and the buyer. Then the payment process, we define that as the communication between the acquiring and issuing banks. And the role of the payment process is to manage the payment authorization. So they deal with bank fees, transferring of funds, that whole process of the money moving between the acquirer and the issuer. Then the last one is the card networks, which is the financial network, where it deals with your Visa, MasterCards, American Express, etc. And their role is basically the middleman, the middle layer that is carrying the transactions between the customer, the banks, and the merchants' banks. So they basically put everything together. Thank you.
Wow, let's give them a big round of applause. I think it's a great effort, indeed. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. A very good effort. Any question or any addition from group members, fellow group members, before we go to the next group? Clarity seeking question, maybe if anyone, does the group feel that they are well represented, they've been well represented, and or do you want to add to what your colleague has said?
Most definitely, we were well represented, and thank you, Entrepreneur Kulu.
Thank you, Entrepreneur.
She's done a good job, I must say. And she has set a high standard. I know the other team is up to the task as well. So I'm going to hand over to team B, team number 2, if I may call it that way. Representative of team B, team number 2. And look, you don't need to change anything about you might think you want to change, whereas and find that you are changing something that is more correct than what you want to replace it with. So yeah, think twice. Please, group 2.
We don't know who's team number 2.
Matronolo, were you part of Madam Entrepreneur Kulu's group? We had 2 groups, né? Bianca is back. Oh, Nolita, and I think Chanel, you were not.
Maybe Nelly or Ntombi can present.
Okay, Ntombi, they say they are putting their trust in you.
Nelly or Ntombi, we didn't choose the group leader because we're still talking.
Okay. Yes, I can present, and then Nolita will fill in where I'm lost.
Absolutely, teamwork.
Okay. Yeah. And number 1 for the card holder, we see that the card holder is the customer. And then the role of the card holder is to buy. And then number 2 is the merchant. The merchant is the supplier. The role of the merchant is to sell the product. Number 3 is the acquiring bank. That one is, we agreed on the group that is the bank of the merchant. The role of the acquiring bank is to receive the payment from the card holder, from the issuing bank, correct me there. And then the 4th one is the issuing bank. The issuing bank is the bank, the card holder's bank. The role of the issuing bank is to decline or to release the payment. And then the 5th one is the courier. The role of the courier is to deliver, is the delivery company. And the role of the courier is to pick and to deliver the products in timelessly and in a safe manner. And then number 6 is the payment processor. The payment processor, we agreed as a group that is the method of payment. For example, we said that PayFlex in Google Play. And then the role of the payment processor is to complete the whole transactions. We didn't go deep into that, we only said that. And then number 7 is the card network. We agreed as a group that is the communication system that does the financials. And then the role of the card network is to facilitate And then we were cut off, busy discussing the role of the CAT network. Maybe anyone from the group can add up to what I said.
I think before anyone from the group adds, let's give her a big round of applause. I think she has risen to the occasion. A very high standard was set, but, you know, listening to her, she did an excellent job as well. She did an excellent job. Anyone who wants to add to what Nelly Huitimang what she has presented?
Yeah, so it's Nolita. The card network is actually the communication system that facilitates the transaction. It is like Visa and yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. She's just emphasizing the answer that has been given. Any other comment, or are you happy, group? Nelly's group, are you happy with the presentation and the addition, the further clarity provided? I think we can.
I can just add on that.
Yes, by all means, Matono, come through.
Because we couldn't complete it. Also, the processor that sets the rules for transactions
Okay.
of the online. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for that addition. I think it's going to come in handy as we proceed. You will see how it fits into the discussion the presentation that we're going to have. I just want to step back to all your presentations. I have heard, I think the merchant has been described properly. I was trying to give a trigger to what the merchant is, invoking William Shakespeare has got a book called The Merchant of Venice. So the merchant is the seller. And you have described the seller as somebody has said the role is to sell. Kulufelo, I noted, she said the role is to sell, and both are correct. But Kulufelo further added that the producer of the goods, I just want to qualify that a little and say they might not be the producer, they might be a trader buying and selling. So they might not be the actual manufacturer. The other thing that I wanted to add now is to say, with a question, and this, let me ask a question. There is handling of the order. What do we understand by order handling? There's what they call handling, the handling process when an order is being dispatched. What does it mean and who does that? Okay, let me present it this way. Say my sister there, Ntombi, a customer has ordered from you. You have confirmed payment, it's legit, no scam. What do you do? Because you correctly, both groups have correctly said that the courier, they pick up. Underline pick up. Pick up is just picking up. So I want to know, there is this keyword, handling of the order. What does it relate to and who is responsible for that?
Hi, I think order handling, it depends on the size of the order. Maybe in smaller businesses, one person can be responsible for it because that is what brings the whole process together in terms of handling it. From the time that it's submitted on the website, then the order handling process starts where
From
it's
where?
managed.
Which party does that?
Like, is it
I have ordered from you. I have ordered from you, Entrepreneur Kulu. The goods are with you. Remember, you are the seller. What do you do?
So, okay, I'm the seller. Once you've ordered, I need to ensure that your order is packed, it's shipped, confirm your details, confirm that the payment has come through. That's the whole handling of the order process.
I'm satisfied. Actually, you've gone much further. You've given me the answer. This part that you might think it's not so important, handling, you don't even have to go to. Remember, the courier company will come and pick up, but it must be ready. That parcel, the specific product, remember, it will have been defined. It will be having a stock number, so you know what is bought, because you are not selling products you don't have, isn't it? It means you must mark that specific product that is being bought. It's part of the handling now. After doing that, you must wrap. If there is wrapping, it's most of the orders must be wrapped, prepare and wrap it, and it's not such a very small thing. It's very important if you have to mark it or whatever, you wrap it properly, because often the courier person, the guy who's coming to pick up, doesn't even have to know what is inside the box. It must be ready for delivery. The courier person comes and pick it up. So there is handling. There's a handling process. In addition to just selling, the person who does the, the person who does, Patricia seems like she's leaving. Thank you very much, Patricia. Say hi to your husband. We enjoyed having you here. Thank you. I was still saying the entrepreneur, the seller, the merchant has to make sure that the order is ready by the time the courier person comes to pick up the order. And the other thing, remember, you must check whether that particular product is in good condition, because otherwise it will cost you your credibility. One of the things that we talk about in business, which is the most important thing, even more than your product, the biggest product that you sell is your credibility, your trust. If you lose trust in business. You might have 1,000 warehouses full of merchandise, but if you lose trust, that merchandise is useless, because the customers are not going to buy. Remember what Enterprise went through in Johannesburg? Yes, Matlonolo is even talking about sorting, all those kind of things that are involved. It might seem simple, because sometimes it might be taken from the warehouse, prepared, and there's some administration involved, and then it must be packed. But the courier normally comes and fetch it on premises. Yeah, on your premises. That's what happens most of the time. So that is the process. I don't know if there's any comment. Whilst I entreat you to just stop here, I want to go. No. I'm not stopping. I just want to share. Go back to. We are going to see what is in your training module, and that will be in this form of a summary. Yeah, form of a summary on the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, wait while this comes up. Okay, just try and switch this one. Okay, it's gone. I prefer to navigate, I prefer in PowerPoint, so I'll try and have full screen here so that I can move. How e-commerce works. Common issues with e-commerce, there's payment security. It's a big thing. Your e-commerce, the payment issues need to be handled in a very safe way because customers are using confidential information which has got to do with their money and so forth. So that has to be handled very, very, very well. Payment declined. There are payments that get declined. These are some of the common issues. Limited payment options. Yeah, sometimes you just find that the options that are there are not sufficient, and it's part of the competitive advantage. Once you have more payment options, the better for you. Complex processes. Yeah, behind the scenes. At face value, when you are buying online, it seems as if the process is straightforward but behind the scenes, the processes are quite complex. And yeah, you know, they usually say tšhelete e a sebeletswa ba re ke eng whatever o na le pin engwe or whatever se a sebeletswa, it means that you have to toil for your money. E-commerce is very profitable, but you'll see how hectic it can be, but it can be done because that's the life of an entrepreneur. It's about dealing with challenges, overcoming hurdles and so forth. Itu got kicked out. Itu, you are welcome. We are sorry, my sister, that you are having to contend with poor connectivity. Currency exchange, that is another issue. Part of your competitive advantage is to have a secure and trustworthy payment process. It's very important for your success. It's a key success factor. What happens after a sale? A customer has ordered, they've bought. What follows is shipping and payment. Why am I saying payment? You think you have paid, you haven't paid the merchant. the merchant hasn't been paid. Remember, you have paid. Felicia has told us that you would use a credit card to pay. Letu told us that the process, including payment, it doesn't mean that once you pay on the website, the merchant gets paid. No, it doesn't work like that. We'll see how the process unfolds behind the curtains. Of course, there are these main parties: buyer, seller, payment service provider. That is an e-commerce transaction. Simplified, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Example of online payment service providers. That is the correct way to call it. PayPal, Stripe, M-Pesa. That's why this program is in African, and it's not customized to South African environment. That's why M-Pesa is big around East Africa. I'm sure north of Africa, it's quite big. And yeah, that's why they're using it. But to bring it back home, we know that we've got...
Sorry, Rendani. Can
Hello?
you just check the queue? There's somebody who sent a message on WhatsApp.
My WhatsApp.
On the group's WhatsApp. They're asking to be accepted back into the room. I think she dropped off.
Okay, let me see if I can just go back quickly and admit.
No, I'm back in. You did accept me in. I just got it now.
Okay. See, sharing. I want to go back here. Thank you. We're glad you're back. And we salute your resilience. We truly salute your resilience. Let me share content only. Make it the star of the show. How about? Where is the sharing? Why is it not sharing? Yes. Probably because it's already being shared. Okay, let me simply stop it. I want to stop. Just stop sharing and then go back again. Hey, man, stop. So that I can go back again. Where is... Okay. And then I want to share content only. Share. Looks like we are back on the blast. And then go to current slide. It's talking about, okay, how to choose a payment service provider. These are the things you look for. Does it work in your country? I don't know if we've got M-Pesa. I've never seen it in South Africa, the payment provider. And remember, payment provider we're talking about. So in South Africa, I think we're used to Google Pay, PayPal, and Felicia talked about, you said wool, what, it's here in the manual as well. What did you call it, Felicia?
Pay fast. You see, the ones that are in your manual, they're not South African. You can't link them to a South Africa bank account.
Exactly.
With a PayPal, you have a PayPal account, but it's not linked. But PayFast is linked to South Africa's bank accounts.
Yeah, but
so I use PayFast. It's the South Africa portal.
Yeah. So that's another consideration. Is the service available in South Africa?
Yeah, because Stripe isn't. I know that. I looked at that. But then somebody mentioned another one earlier. Was it Paystack or Paytack? Which one was the other one? Somebody mentioned another one earlier. I think it was
Payflex. Yeah.
I've never heard of that. So it's Payflex.
Yes,
Payflex. I've heard about. I know about it. Payflex. Payflex. There is Google Pay. So like you say, there are many of them. The thing is, check if it's available in South Africa. And the issue is what happens in case of fraud. There is fraud. Yes, quite a lot of it. How can my business withdraw from the account? Remember, once a customer buys online, it doesn't mean that perhaps you yourself are selling online and you've got a payment service provider. It doesn't mean that you get paid immediately. They have paid, but your money goes to a third party. Why? It's a check and balance because they want to make sure that before you are paid, the goods have actually reached the customer. So it does have some challenges of its own. Somebody is talking. Can we please listen to you? Or maybe it was just an open mic. How often will the system pay me? And there we go. It doesn't mean that you are not paid per transaction. That's what they mean. How often will they pay you? So there are frequencies, there are payment cycles, maybe if I can call it that way. Payment cycles. What are the fees? I think Felicia, if I'm not mistaken, or Kulu spoke about the fees when I think they were explaining the payment processor or something like that. They did speak about it. There are fees involved, of course. How do I integrate it in on my e-commerce? Yeah. How do you include it as part on your website, for example? Those are the questions that we need to contend with. Time to do some research. What could be a feasible option for you? Fraud prevention. I think this one, if I minimize it, it does agree. Flows of cash in e-commerce. Buyer receives the invoice. So the invoice that I'm talking about is the summary. You go, remember, they have to give you the summary because, and the invoice I'm referring to, picture yourself in a clothing store where you've got your shopping, what do they call it? Is a cart, né? Is it a cart? Where you are putting in stuff into a trolley, a virtual trolley. A shopping cart is a virtual trolley. You are putting in stuff there. If you don't get an invoice, you might meet, you will not know the total. So the invoice kind of sums up your total and shows you how much is payable. It includes delivery if maybe you are the amount that you are buying for is below the payment, the free delivery threshold. For example, with some supermarkets like game stores, if you are buying more than 500 rands delivery is free. You get that invoice, very simplified, and the buyer transfers payment to the service provider. We talked about the service provider. We are learning some new concepts. Service provider is like your PayPal, your Google Pay, your Capitec Pay, your PayFlex. We call them payment service provider. We are learning new things. And the service provider certifies that goods have been shipped. They verify that, okay, goods have been dispatched and money is transferred to the seller. We will see if it's really as simple as that. And here is the process that you were talking about. Nothing to be scared about. This is what you were talking about. You'll see as we dive deep, you'll see that it is pretty much the same process that you were talking about. Okay, don't know what to do with this one. Yeah, just become small. Here is the customer, the card holder places new online order. What happens? The merchant or the vendor, the supplier, creates an invoice. The customer receives it in the invoice. That's why the arrow is going there. And then the customer pays the invoice. Remember, the payment gateway is in between facilitating things. The payment gateway sends the supplier sends payment for fraud review to check. And what happens? The payment is either rejected or accepted. If it's rejected, obviously the transaction is aborted. If it is approved, the confirmation of the payment is made and declared as valid. The payment is processed, and the order is fulfilled, and the goods are shipped to the client. Now the client, the customer, the buyer, the purchaser, as Boaz Kulu would call it, they receive the goods and the customer provides feedback. You normally sign for the order. Who mentioned this? I think it was, I don't remember if anyone mentioned, because it's an important step in the process as well. Did anyone between our Kulu and our Koitimang mention the fact that the goods have to be signed for? I don't think anyone mentioned that. It's a step that we missed.
No, I didn't mention that.
Yes,
I
remember,
also didn't mention it.
you are going to have a process. So all these processes are important. They are part of the control. They are part of quality assurance of the process, because if it is not signed for, the customer might just as well say, I didn't receive the order. I didn't sign for anything. By default, sellers are not as protected against fraud as buyers. So it's important to have proper checks and balances so that you, as the merchant, supplier, the vendor, you are not robbed because you are not as protected as the customer. The law prioritizes the customer. How do you verify your payments? How do you have got a responsibility? Yes, you did mention that there are parties, the acquiring bank, the issuing bank, there are some checks and balances, there are some checks and balances there, but in store, you need to have another layer because remember, at the end of the day, if you are defrauded, it's gonna hit you in the pocket. You need to set up an internal fraud prevention process. It might cost an extra effort, but it always pays off. Can your business do a fraud review? Does your business have the capacity for it? What would you need to do it effectively? What does it involve? Here are the tips. You need to have proper terms and conditions. And it's simple to do terms and conditions. What are we talking about? For example, even when a customer is returning the goods, some customers who are tricky. Nelly has got a hand raised. Over to you, Nelly.
Okay, Rendani, sorry to take you back, ne? On the point of signing off of the goods, ne?
Yes.
I just want to clear it with you. Is it when you sign off the goods from the courier? Is that what you are explaining?
Yes.
Or when do you do it?
When you have, as soon as the courier puts your order in your hands,
okay.
Yeah, and it's a receipt. It's not necessarily to say that it's in good order. It's just saying I've received. You are still going to open the order. You might decide that I'm not happy. I'm returning it. So the terms and conditions are important in the fact that somehow you protect yourself, because sometimes there are those customers who would order things. They know that the goods can be returned, the clothes can be returned. They buy clothes and then they go to the wedding and then they want to return them the next Monday.
Okay.
So somehow you need to find a way of protecting yourself. Maybe you might need to even check their Instagram. You might just find them leaving it up at a function in your dress, only to come and say, oh no, it's got this and that.
Okay.
And they say, use a two-step order review process. What is this order two-step? They say, use common sense to evaluate suspicious orders. Sometimes the certain fraud are just in your eye. They're obvious. Do not hesitate to request additional information to keep everyone safe from fraud. Once you have doubt about something, please make sure that you ask. Another thing is that whilst you need to be careful and make sure that you are not defrauded, you must still treat customers with respect. When you are not at ease about a certain customer, please just cancel the order and refund the money if you suspect you are being scammed. Shipping and delivering goods, what is involved? Okay, handling and shipping. What happens after an order? You mark the item, an order has been bought. You create an invoice. There is handling, packaging, wrapping, ship, and then deliver and fulfill the order. All activities to prepare an item for shipping, they include like your wrapping, your packing, your loading, and there is administration there because there is stock control. And the order is dispatched to the buyer. Customers sometimes might have problems with their order, or they can change their mind about their purchase. They are allowed, especially in South Africa, you are allowed to change your mind. There's a cooling off period within which you can still return the product. In most countries, we are protected as customers by the regulations. They guarantee our consumer rights. So you need to make sure that you've got a policy but which is not in conflict with the regulation. To simplify that, somebody might be saying, oh no, this is what you do as a small business, you do what the big guys do. When you buy, for example, Facilitator, I'm sure there are terms and conditions that they give you. When you buy, they give you those terms and conditions. You use the same terms and conditions to develop yours. You customize it and do yours. That's how it goes. And there are templates. If you go into to Google and say terms and conditions for this kind of a business, it will come up, and then you just change it here and then make it and own it, breathe into those terms and conditions so that it now belongs to you. It talks to your conditions, circumstances. Elements of shipping policy. What do you talk about? Handling costs. Do you swallow them? Sometimes because the marketplace is very competitive, you might have to swallow them. Shipping provider, who is doing the shipping? Shipping companies, restrictions. Sometimes the shipping companies will tell you, we don't, these are our conditions. We don't transport this kind of goods to Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia doesn't want alcohol. All those kind of things. Or before we can transport, you need to pack your order according to 1, 2, 3 specifications. It's like when you go to Pep Store, you want to send a parcel. They've got a very specific process as to how you must wrap your parcel. Clear message to customers. Yes, you must send a clear message to customers. Terms and conditions. You will need to formulate terms and conditions on returns, shipping, handling, and other policies, like even the payments. How do you charge for delivering? For example, if I'm selling a book, I need to tell the customer for the book is so much and for delivery it's so much. What are the policies of famous online stores? Are they clear? Are they complete? That's how we play the game. They are talking about the same thing. Look at what the market leaders, the established companies are doing, and just follow that. And terms and conditions are very important because they avoid conflict. When people fight most of the time, it's because the terms have not been made clear. It's like partnerships in business. If you just go into partnerships and you haven't set clear terms, a good agreement, it's a recipe for a fight. You might say, I don't want, oh, she's my friend, she's so nice, I don't want to raise the question of how we are going to work. You are setting a trap. That's when the relationship is going to crash big time now. You better talk about the uncomfortable things so that the future can be smooth. I want this completes this topic, but you can also be rest assured that in your module, there's quite a lot. I just want to go back to Zoom. It's right here. Go back to Zoom. Seems like it's spooking me. How do I? Okay, I'll get it right now. Okay, it's here. It was hiding right there. That completes the slides, but there's something I want to explain in more detail that I've prepared, which is very interesting. And what is that? Let me stop recording.